All right, we are live and ready to go. See if it is good. Everybody say hi.
Yo,
Hello.
Excellent. We have sound and we have sound effects. So it's been last week we were doing our monthly campaign. Next week we will still be streaming. So come on by and say hi. Uh, as Nick does his campaign of awesomeness. Last time we did the session 0. And now we will be actually doing the for real session. So
Yep. Everyone has their characters made or changed in some cases.
is there any
I guess
kind
if
of
anyone, yeah,
is there
yes.
any kind of ads or teaser you want to give?
Well, our heroes will be traveling to a frontier village that's a bit out of the way of everything, and there's some weird going on. Are the rumors really rumors, or is there something more afoot? I'll leave it at that.
Nice.
Sven, on your stream, Nick's camera is overlapping mine, by the way.
Yep. All right. So last week we had. Oh, it's locked. Why is it locked? There it is. Last time we played, you guys were in the citadel of the Cloud Giant, and after 2 weeks of battle, finally managed to knock him down and um, take him out. You still have the elk. You're still mostly intact. Uh, Not a lot of damage was done to the party. There were shenanigans from fear and other things. You guys looted him and had found the weapon he was using, the mace, and some other jewelry that he had on him. Very literally giant jewelry, 20-pound necklaces and rings and things. Um, and that is where you had left off. You know for sure that there is stuff still in the room, in the building you left, because you were taking things were shooting at you, shooting thorns and things from this strange garden greenhouse rooms that were there. And then you have a very small building in the corner and a very rather large building you're right next to, still yet to be explored. So at you guys had come, you had fought lions and jellyfish and seen some griffins. Main house had giants, ogres, and then this weird moss mammoth thing, as well as some small plant men. And Genesis had thrown some fur balls out, so you also had an elk and a badger in the mix. Is there anything else anybody else wanted to add to the story?
Yeah, I want to befriend the griffins and see if I can take one home as a pet or ride one home as a pet. That was my plan at the last time.
All right, so if no one else has anything else to add from last week or last time we played, well, what would you guys like to do? I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
Well, I guess first off, to resolve the looting of the big guy last time, pretty sure I know the answer to this already, but might as well confirm. Sven, will the giant jewelry fit into our bags of holding? I doubt it, but
So looking at the party inventory, I guess you guys are a little bit more beat up than I expected, than I remembered. So the necklace would, the rings will not. Again, it takes up a lot of weight, so keep that in mind. Your bags of holding are not infinite.
true.
John is just going to ask Sven, what is the do we know the carrying weight of Griffin? Because I was gonna say, if we can befriend a Griffin or two, we can strap the stuff on their back and have them carry it while some of us ride the I guess brooms and carpets. Because I don't think carrying 40 pounds of weight on a carpet would be a good idea.
All right.
I guess a
So
good thing to keep in mind, but at the same time, it can hold me. I don't think 40 extra pounds will do terrible to it.
Fair enough.
have you ridden a griffin before? So can you say that with definitive proof?
He was talking about the carpet, I
Yeah,
think.
the carpet.
He said griffin, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I was saying, can we strap if we can befriend a Griffin? Can we strap some
Yes.
of the items on the Griffin? Because I don't think carrying heavy items on a carpet is a good idea. I mean, well, Tusk is heavy,
Oh,
but I
okay.
don't think extra
I see.
40 pounds. Yeah.
And
I
Tusk was
caught
saying,
up with the logic now. So, getting back to your original question, you don't know what a griffin can carry. You do know they have mounts, or they have saddles and gear. So you presume that they will be similar to a horse, but you don't know.
All right. Is anybody up to help me try to befriend a Griffin so we can test out our theory? I mean, to be fair though, if these griffins are locked up here and have like stable gear and like saddles and stuff, then they are to be ridden, so they should be relatively friendly, I would assume. I'm just assuming here. I'm not stating a fact. I'm just assuming that if they can be ridden by the cloud giants, I'm sure they can probably be ridden by normal people. Assuming, Assumptions
Yeah.
are like assholes. They make a fool out of all of us sometimes. But yeah, that's just my view on the thing as John.
Don't know if they actually have saddle stuff in there. I know they can be written. We'd have to go check. There's also these couple other buildings here that I would also like to check before we head out.
I agree with checking the buildings, but I mean, if we encounter anything, are we really in the shape to per se fight another huge, fight if we come across something? What basically saying is it more than we can handle at this point? Because I'm really beat up and I don't have a full slack of arrows. So if anything, I would get pummeled.
So, speaking of arrows, if you guys want to look at the party sheet, what's happening with the stuff that's in the party sheet?
I think the arrows, the quiver, and the shield were something that was supposed to be sold, and we just forgot to actually sell it.
well, we can give them to John. He would like them, I think.
Well, the question is, are the arrows in a usable state? That's the question. Like if you pulled him off of somebody who was, hurt or injured or killed, then do we know if they're in a usable state to be able to be fired, like without hassle?
The ones in the party sheet are in a usable state.
All right. How many are in the party sheet? Because I can tell
20.
you how many I need. 20.
Well, if you look at the party sheet, it does say 20 arrows and a quiver and
quiver.
a shield.
So to access the party
Um,
sheet up in the underneath tools, same
Okay.
place you find the combat tracker. There's 3
Yes.
heads. That's the party sheet.
I mean, if you guys are fine with giving me arrows, I don't mind, but I will need to take a moment's surprise to drink a potion of healing because I'm a little beat up as well. So,
well, we don't have. We could take a moment to breathe, a short
Yeah.
rest. I'm just saying before we leave this place, we should check out these other things.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in agreement with that. Kithri, what do you think?
I mean, she honestly just follows the party around a good 90% of the time. So she's usually not this hurt. So she'd probably nod in agreement at us mentioning a short rest. But to be fair, she's not usually hurt, period. But, you know.
All right, so the necklace. Who's taking the necklace, or are you just dropping it and leaving it?
I will take the necklace. I did just double check. I do have enough weight to hold on to that in my bag,
What about the
so I'll
mace?
put that in my bag. I was actually going to ask: does anyone want the Mace of Terror?
I don't think I can use a Mace of Terror. Is the mace a finesse weapon, Sven?
No.
Alright then. No, I don't think I would have much use for a Mace of Terror. You might want to
It is
ask
also
Gimbal.
huge. It is right now. It is 8.5 feet in length.
Yeah.
I mean,
From what we
Terror-
figured out last time, someone just will have to spend some time becoming accustomed with the item for it to shrink down. I remember we figured that out last time. Someone can attune to it and it'll shrink. But some will have to take the hour.
It'll be like a little stick that we can carry around easy peasy.
I was gonna say we should try to see Gimbal. Are you keen to attune to it? Because if so, we can take a quick rest while you do that and see if we can, get anything from that.
I'm not. Well, let me see.
Given Gimbal
I could also spend the time attuning to it because I do
Yeah.
have a free slot to do so. Speaking from it, I have on a technical term, I only have 2 attuned out of my 3. But just like I could. I mean, it's a weapon. I don't mind carrying an extra weapon.
So I'm just looking real quick to see if I can even bother with it. Just flipping.
I mean, will I?
It
End up
is a
using it?
simple weapon, so I guess I can use it.
Hmm.
I don't have much in terms of weaponry. I don't use weapons much, but I also do. I'm checking to see if I have anything I'm attuned to. I probably am. I have 2 items that I'm attuned to right now.
Cool. So you could attune to the
Well,
third.
if you don't use weapons much, then I would suggest giving it to Tusk because he's all 4 weapons.
Well, I also tend to use 1 weapon, but
Yeah.
the secondary, if from what Gimbal, I think you were the one who did your thing to figure out what it does. If it does that, what we saw in action with this guy, that could be very useful to have for someone to have. Making someone, even someone like me, run in the opposite direction from you. Even if you don't use it as your, as it was intended as a weapon.
What's the max on what you can be attuned to at once? Is it 3 or 2?
3.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I'm not. I have a bow and a dagger, so it's not like I've got plenty of room. for a mace hanging on, and I could definitely attune to it and figure, it'll help.
Alrighty.
I do get into situations every once in a while where we, not that this party ever overextends itself, but if it was ever to happen, I might actually be able to.
Yeah.
Because there have been
Fair
a few
enough.
times where I've run completely out of spells and all I'm doing is shooting from a distance or using cantrips. So
If you read in the chat, you can also, this is like a spell, so you don't even have to be close.
Beyond that, these rings, they look to be fine quality. They're also just big.
It's actually pretty cool.
I honestly think the rings would fetch a decent price at the jeweler, honestly, if they could take them.
Yep. If anything, I could reuse the metal.
Cool.
Sven, if Tusk attunes, are the rings attunable, and if he could attune to one of them, do they give any abilities?
No, we've already determined they weren't magic. They're just gold rings.
Alright, well,
but I'll carry one of these big rings on my because I can fit this in my bag, just separate from my bag of holding, my actual regular backpack.
How in the world are you going to fit a 2-foot diameter in a backpack? It's like a tire.
I guess
like a car tire.
I'd say that's a very big backpack, Tusk.
You can strap it to your back, above or below, or even.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was more thinking when I said put it in my bag. I meant.
Okay.
Sorry, what I was meaning is that I'm not putting it in my bag of holding. I'm having it out,
now,
and I'm carrying it on my person.
If you have an empty sack, you can carry it in a sack. You have a character who carries 3
forgive
sacks
me about that.
and just drops them as soon as the fight starts.
No,
all right.
No. So I'll just
taking the other 2, or are we leaving the other 2?
Would anyone else like to carry one of these? I don't mind trying to strap 2 of these to me, but 3 will be a little in the way.
I can strap 1 to myself. I think I have the carrying capacity and strength to do so. Let me actually just muster up some strength here and see how much strength I got in me after that fight. Sven, do I know if do the rings slow us down if we strap them to our back, like movement-wise? Will we take a movement penalty?
If you are encumbered, yes. If you are not encumbered, then no.
All right, well.
Can we give the 3rd ring to Jen, possibly? Because I think she could also carry one without too much difficulty.
Okay. Are you guys keeping the quiver and shield, or are you just... that's from long ago.
I'll take the arrows, but I don't have room for the quiver, and I already have a quiver, so I think that would probably be a negative for me.
Do you have more than 20 arrows?
No, I don't. I ran out of arrows completely in that last fight, so essentially I just get all 20.
All right.
Yeah. Those are, I think, from a while ago. You could probably just get rid of them at this point.
All right. Now that homework is done, where are you taking your short rest?
All right. Well, we know of one building that's cleared. Well,
go ahead,
mostly.
Move your token to where you want to go.
I recommend.
Here, Gimbal, I'll help drag your new mace to the building.
Yeah, I'll help drag it as well, and I think we should probably take a rest in the building.
Yeah, Tusk is helping drag the giant mace to the building where we fought first met the.
You can just, you can just stick it on my floating disc too.
Oh yeah, you got that too.
Okay, so we're breaking our backs for nothing, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, it's Tusk's go-to to just full on drag it.
Yeah,
well,
I know.
I'm helping you, Tusk. So at least you have a little bit of help, you know. these beds in this building with these haystacks and stuff should make a ample enough thing to rest on, I would think. Like, we have a bed in one room, and then we have a hay bale on with a blanket on it. So
Rested on better, rested on worse. Kithri, because knowing you, you're probably going to look around some. Do you want help with that, or are you good to just poke around as you do?
I'll take care of it. She's actually going to take a rest because, like, she's actually hurt for once. It's like the first time in a very long time that she's gotten injured in combat. It's just crazy.
All right, and we'll just kind of close the doors, except for the one that doesn't have a door. Tusk will, while just resting, kind of keep a eye out on the courtyard, just to make sure nothing comes at them from that way.
John, while resting, will keep an eye on the back door. He'll lay on the hay bale here and keep an eye on both doors. So make sure nobody comes in or sneaks in.
All right, Gimbal, are you using the sleeping
Short rest.
bed thing?
I'm going to be focusing on the. Are we doing a long or a short rest?
Short rest.
Yeah. I'm going to be in contact with the mace, kind of trying to figure it out.
So you're sitting
For
on the
the hour.
ground.
Sure, I'm not injured, so.
All right, so go ahead and roll hit dice if you want to.
Would D.
So if you look at your front page of your character sheet, you will have two of them. One of them is a D6 for your sorcerer, and 7 of them are for your rogue. At the end of the night, you will get 4 back at the end of a long rest.
Okay, so do I roll a 7 or the other one?
It's totally up to you. One's a D6, one's a D8. Just double click it.
There you go. There you go, I double clicked it.
There you go. So you got 9 hit points back, and you can keep rolling if you want. It's up to you. You get 4 back at the end of a long rest.
Alright, so.
If you open up well, you don't need to open the combat tracker, but it's there. It's also there on your front page. It tells you right above it what your wounds are.
Alright, so I'll keep that there, and I'll save the rest for a rainy day.
All right, so Kithri, go ahead and just roll an 8-sider. So roll 2. Oh, there's a 1. So roll another one. 6 more. All right, there you go. And for those of you watching, in this particular campaign, healing dice, you reroll once. So that's why I had her reroll those. All right, I'm gonna move this. I'll go ahead and remove Athena. All right, so as the hour progresses, the sun is continuing to move. You are actually higher than the horizon, so it's going to be a little bit longer. Normally, it would have set by now, but it's just now beginning to set. And all right, so you guys are inside. All right, so what would you guys like to do? As the hour finishes, you guys feel a lot better. John, I'm going to need one of these. Let's see. Click.
All right.
It is a DC that
Constitution save. All right.
yes, you can, Kithri. You can read while you're doing that.
I just didn't want to make a big deal about it.
All right, so Kithri is reading. Gimbal, you are able to attune to the mace. It shrinks down after about half an hour, and then you're able to tap into the weave and see how it works. It has no charges to it, so it throws you off at first. Then you realize what it is that's happening is because it has no charges left. So at dawn, you will get more charges. All right, let me go with mace of terror. There it is. All right, where's your gimbal? There we go. All right, so you have a ritual, misc, spells. All right, so I'll stick it under misc since you don't have an item one. So you have the Mace of Terror now in your on your actions page with 3 uses of it and the coding for the save and the effect. Do you see that, Gimbal?
Say that again.
Do you see the Mace of Terror on your actions page?
Yeah, I've already. Oh, you got the effect on there too. Good job. All right, so I'd already set up another one. I'll get rid of it.
That has the DC and the effect for it. You should
Cool.
also it should also be on the top if you ever decide to use it as a weapon.
Yep. Yeah, I'd already started to set that up, but I didn't realize they could set up the frightened aspect of it. Cool.
All right, hold on a second. Why isn't this? Oh, because it uses strength.
So
Okay, that's right.
you set it up. So has it been used? Is it used up right now?
Yes.
Or did
I
okay.
just said as you were tuning to it, it got smaller, and you were able to tap into the weave and see how it works. And it just throwing you off at first, then you realized all the uses have been expended, so you will get more at dawn.
Yep.
Hey, Sven, am I able to go out to the Griffin yard and see if I can befriend the Griffins?
So just tell me what you're doing.
All right. Well,
And
John's going to go over to the Griffin yard, and
I
do
will
we
tell you what
know?
happens.
Do I know if the body is still outside of the troll or giantly faced?
If you go outside, you should be able to answer that question.
He is still out there. John is going to go over and cut a little bit of his meat off. I know this is tactless, don't ask. But I'm going to cut a little bit of meat off from like his thigh portion of his leg and
Okay.
take it over and try to befriend the Griffins, basically. Because according to Jen last thing, they eat meat, so Jenna says they eat meat, so I'm hoping they'll take to this and become my friend.
All right, so both Tusk and Kithri are reading during their short rest, and then John leaves after the short rest. What are the rest of you doing? So it's going to take you a few minutes. So what are the rest of you doing?
Kithri and Gimbal, do you want to check out this building, see if they have anything left over? I don't know. Maybe he left something that explains what the heck he was doing. If not, maybe he has some more loot. I'm going to make sure John doesn't get his hand bit off.
Sure. Hey, do you want a potion of superior healing, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still. Well,
Oh, I
I'm
bought
still
a
bleeding
bunch
a little bit,
for
but
this purpose, so I've got 7. Party sheet. Wake up! There it is.
I guess I'll take one if you're offering.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Nope.
There we go. It is in the party sheet.
I will grab it in a second when my computer starts responding again. Oh, there we go. It's been really weird today. But then, so Tusk will take that potion, down it, and then follow after John just to help him out and make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
Do you have it coded?
I believe I do have superior coded. I will double check.
I've used it a couple times. I think you do too, but I'm not sure.
I do have superior coded. 8d4 plus 8, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So I'll just roll that healing, and then we could just get rid of the one that's in the party sheet.
All the dice.
Okay, give me a D4.
Nice. Oh. Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
He takes it. Cheers. Downs it. Thanks. And then wanders out.
Don't forget, you still have Mini-Me.
Oh, right. Thank you for the reminder. In that case, I leave Mini-Me with Kithri. So as he goes, like he stops for a second outside the door, turns around. Right, Kithri. As you look around, we'll be back in a minute, but here, take Mini-Me. And, Mini-Me crawls out from under his little shoulder pauldron thing and kind of down his arm and hops over to where Kithri is. He'll let me know when if you run into trouble or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I can hear what he hears. Try not to be too loud. It gives me headaches.
You're telling Kithri this with a passive stealth of 23? Okay.
He sees the look. Right. Never mind.
You also see through his eyes, so
yes,
disconcerting.
it's disorienting.
All right, so Kithri, what are you doing when they leave?
She's probably going to do what Tusk assumed she would do, which is kind of wander around and see if she can find things. She might start in here and start digging through stuff. Looting. Extra looting.
Sven, am I done cutting 2 to 3 pieces of meat off the giant?
You're cutting 2 or 3? Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to
how
cut
are you
it.
going to carry them?
I would just probably just carry. It's not big pieces of meat. It's small pieces, just enough that just human-sized portions, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna cut like a huge leg off of the giant. But yeah, no, it's just like human-sized portions, basically. Like, for example, the size of a steak, if or any size of meat or type of something that's in this that we're used to seeing in taverns. So it's just meat size, basically. But yeah. So I guess I'll
Okay.
just
So
hold. I
these
guess
are
I'll.
so they're very slippery and wet and a little bit hard to hold on to, but you are able to do so. Your forearms and hands are covered in blood.
Don't worry, I have a water skin. I can wash it off afterwards.
And yes, you guys you're done. You can go wherever you want.
All right, so I'm gonna move over to the Griffin yard and if I can befriend them and feed them some meat and stuff. So I guess I'll just go inside.
Okay, hold on.
I'm inside. Do I see any of the griffins lying around, like sitting around or anything? Do I see anything at all?
Give Sven a second. I think he's pulling it up.
Fair enough.
Klaus is going to do his best to assist John in like approaching the animals and whatnot, but also his mind's semi elsewhere, so I don't know how much health or how much help he is actually being.
So there are all these open spots are windows. The only doors are on the outside of the gray stone.
Does Griffin speak a language, or is it just like random chirping / cawing?
With the roll you made before, you don't know.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to walk up to the window and offer the Griffin a piece of meat. I guess just be like, "Here, come here," and see if I can
So these are
befriend
like
them.
stalls when you go to a horse ranch.
Yeah.
So you would, if you felt so inclined, you could climb in through these relatively easily. But they are able to stick their heads out and see you as well. You just can't walk through them. They're not doors. You have to climb in.
All right. Well, I'm just going to stand on the other side of it because, well, John is really weary of a griffin because he's never seen one before. So, I'm just really wearily going to stand at the stall and just like offer him a piece of meat. Just be like, see if he comes up and takes it and is
All right, give me an
friendly.
animal handling check.
Dice Tower, do I know?
You would know.
All right, copy that. Give me a second. 8.
All right, and then give me this.
All right. 27.
All right, so you're very easily, it walks forward, snaps the meat, and steps back. Just pretty much jerks its head up and it drops down its throat.
I guess I'm just going to put one foot in and try to see if I can step over the boundary to see. And while I'm doing so, holding.
Again, it is at your chest, so you're going to climb in.
Yeah, I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up on it, and I'm going to sit on the side of the like wall thing barricade there, or if I can stand on it. So, like, in case Tusk has to, in case he starts attacking, Tusk can like grab me over it. So I tell Tusk to watch my back. If he starts looking like he's going to attack, snatch me back or drag me back over the thing. Basically, drag me off the thing. I won't take no offense to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna climb up the thing and like rodeo bulls where you stand on the side of the fence and like feed them meat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
No,
as
I
what
don't
you get.
know of any rodeo bull that you feed meat to, but I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
us-
gonna do. I'm just gonna stand there on. I'm just gonna stand there on one side of it, climb up it, and stand there and on it, and see if I can feed him the second piece of meat and kind of like touch him on his head a bit. See if I can touch him on his head to get used to me.
this
Or
whole time, Tusk is now just standing behind him, ready to just like grab him around the waist and yank him backwards if the thing attacks again.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
Okay, so it's sort of tilting its head, cocking its head at you a little bit. Um,
is it
like
making
like
any mean
most birds,
gestures?
they can't move their eyes around, so they tilt their head and move their head to see, as opposed to just looking up with your eyeballs. It has to tilt its head up. Um, so it's watching you and seeing what you're doing, and as you hand out another piece of meat, it will slowly approach, and I will let you do it again. Go ahead and give me another animal handling check. Better. And then you should have a save. No problem. So again, it snatches the food. It sort of stays there as it jerked its head up as the meat drops down its throat.
Am I able to pet it on its head at least, or at least touch it on its head?
Um, you reach out and touch him a little bit. Um, it doesn't seem to care one way or the other.
Is it friendly? Do we know if it's friendly? Because do I see like a saddle on it or any type of riding gear?
There is nothing on it right now. Give me this. I'm going to say inside it is dim light. The sun is going down. So I'm going to say it is this. Nice. So you do see there are marks where wear marks where it's been used. So it's clear that it has used saddle and some sort of harness before, but there's nothing on it right now, and you don't see any in the room. All right. So while this is going on, Kithri,
She's been slowly making her way through the rooms. I don't know how quickly any of the other stuff is going down.
so the
Uh,
first room, give me. Where's my?
okay. I was up here for a little bit.
Oh, campaign. That's why. Nope. It's the dice. There it is. All right. Give me just a second here while I pull up the right. I think it starts with an N. Let's see. That's what it is. Cool. All right, so let's go with this one. All right, so you are in the main room. Go ahead and waiting for the table to load. It's a big table, so it'll be just a second. I'm gonna push you a table, and you can roll 3 times from it. So this main room, um, besides the
This
occasional
one?
flea and some occasional Hold on a second. I gotta fix this. All right. So besides the occasional flea or dead bug in the cots and things, there's some rotting, old bones from stuff that they ate and just dropped them in the bed and stuff. You do find 3 of these, so go ahead and should have gotten a table.
I did.
Okay.
My question to you is, it did not like that. I have this fancy smancy book that
S-
is
So where it says
very
output, do you see
fancy.
that on the top?
Sorry, I wanted to know if the bones were human bones, if I recognize them, or humanoid bones, I should say. Um, I love this book so much. Anyway, you
All
just
right,
want me
so
to
you
roll
have
3
it. So you
times?
have advantage. So go ahead and roll medicine with advantage, and you can roll it straight. It doesn't need to be in a tower. You
Wow, I suck.
you're
It's
pretty
5.
sure they're not, just because they just don't seem to be the right shape. But you're not 100%. They're also mostly gnawed on and stuff, so there's not even a whole complete bone. Um, so the table that you have, do you see on the top where it says output?
Yeah,
What does it say underneath?
nothing.
Okay, click it.
There, there's a 0 that's next to custom,
Yes.
but there's nothing underneath output.
So click that box underneath it. Does it change?
There's nothing under output to click.
Oh, okay. It doesn't have a box at all. All right, perfect. So go ahead and roll.
3 times?
Well, let's do it once and let's see. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Okay, so you have a whistle made from gold-colored wood. Do it again. Small wooden statuette of a smug child.
Or maybe just a smug halfling. Who knows?
Empty silver snuff box with an inscription on the surface that says dreams. All right.
I
Do
see.
you want to keep any of these things?
The whistle probably. She can give it to Jen.
Okay. Do you know how to um, make an item?
Yes, I believe so.
So you can, once you've done that, you can just click and drag anywhere in that sentence where it says a whistle made, and you can just click and drag that whole from the chat into the item if you want. Um, don't worry about weight, rarity, or any of those things. Just name it and throw it in your items. All right, back to Gimbal. Are you doing anything in particular while John is trying to seduce the griffin?
Oh, just snacking on some hardtack if I have any something like that while I watch amused standing next to Tusk.
Okay.
But no, I'm not doing anything specific. Just watching, making sure things don't go awry.
All right, so at this
Secretly
point,
hoping
it
maybe things will
seems
go
to
awry.
accept you as a person and is not actively attacking you.
Mhm.
John, what else
Okay.
are you trying to do at this point?
Well, I'm going to hop inside if he's not attacking me and just kind of look around for like maybe a saddle or something that I can see if I can strap on him using the final piece of meat and seeing if I'm able to and I yell Gimbal or Tusk, can you guys go get some more meat? Cause if we can befriend the other two, then that'll be easy riding for us to get home. If you want to, of course, but if not, one would just work for me as a mount, basically.
I mean, I already have a mount on the ground. But I mean, I guess I could cut more off of the giant if you want. But if you have meat rations, that should work too.
I do not have meat rations, unfortunately. I only have regular rations. I wish I had meat rations.
I guess it just depends on what form your rations take.
Right. It is
Well,
it is bumping its head and trying to snap at the other piece of meat.
all right. I'm going to. Can I? I'm trying to think here. Let me just. While it's snapping at the piece of the meat, can I?
All right. So you're able to keep it away from him if you want to.
I'm going to keep it away from him and try to signal him to, like, I guess, sit or, like, back up a little bit so I can get in. Does he do that?
You're in. You're inside. You're on the other side of the wall.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell Tuss to go cut some more meat off and bring it to me, and I'm just going to kind of look around awkwardly as I pace around this stall, seeing if I can see a saddle. So I guess I'm just going to lure him around in a circle and look to see if I can see a saddle, basically.
There is nothing in this room.
All right, then I'm going to. There's nothing in this room. Is the corridor north of me? Is that a door? I guess north, upwards, yeah. Like right here. Is that a door or is that a window?
So those are windows, just the same as before. Everything going out are windows. Everything in is just an open.
All right. Well, while
hey John,
yeah.
if you're unable to find us out, maybe there's one in the other buildings that are around here.
Yeah, that's a good
But on the
idea.
off chance we don't find one, are you comfortable trying to ride bareback on Griffin? You haven't ridden before, very high up in the sky.
I can try to get him to like me, I guess, before thing. So hold off on the meat. I'm going to try and feed him this piece of meat and see if he'll let me get on his back, basically. So if I can get on his back and he safely enough lets me on there, I can see if I can use the rope in my backpack to fasten like a tack out of it. And see if I can put it around his mouth to have him let me ride him, basically.
While he attempts this, Tusk
So you should have
kind of
another roll.
tries to give out some tips for handling animals or large mounts to hopefully guide him, or not guide him, but like give him some advice of how to go about doing this.
Okay, give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
To me or Tusk?
Tusk is talking you through
Alright.
it. And it is
I know animals.
Smelling the things. It is snapping at you and your forearms that are covered in blood, actively trying to get the piece of meat.
Alright, so
starting to get more aggressive as you're not giving it to him.
Alright, so I'm going to give him a piece of meat, but I'm going to go up to the side of him and try to get him on his back while I'm handing him the piece of meat. So, like, for example, he does not let me. Dang it. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna toss him the piece of meat, and yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, does he become more friendly after I toss him the final piece of meat, or?
He eats it, and he's sort of, again, looking at you. You don't have any meat. You still smell like blood, but you don't have any active piece of meat. And you just gave him 3 pieces of meat, so he's just sort of, again, accepting that you're there. But if you walk around to the side, he sidesteps.
Let's see here.
Alright, so let's switch over to Guthrie.
I think of what I need
What
to
are you
do.
doing?
I'm still just.
Okay, so this room that you're in is very different. This is more of a room. It has an actual. It's a very low but it is an actual bed. It's mostly on a frame. It doesn't have legs. It's just sitting on a frame. But it's an actual bed with bedding, and there's a small bookcase there. Uh, the books are very large, almost as tall as you are, and uh, varying thickness. Give me a either history. Is history is intelligence anyway? Yeah, so just give me a history check, and it's just a
Power,
flat roll in
power
chat.
or woo.
All right, so you're able to see most of these. Um, what are your languages that you speak?
I know common, halfling, draconic, sylvan, and undercommon.
Undercommon, okay. Um, so there are two in common, but even looking through the other ones, they do not seem to be like deep textbooks. A couple of them have a lot of pictures, uh, and they seem to be more of adult centered, half naked giants and or people in them. The two in common, one is just a story of a knight that goes and fights giants. I mean, fights dragons. Another one is a very basic story of a giant who uh, was a king.
Well, he's reading. Good for him. Except for now he's dead, so not interested in any of these books.
So for here, you get, and you can close that other table if you would like. You get one of these. So you can just click it once you get it.
Well, this looks like something Tusk would find cool, so maybe she'll tuck it in her pocket for him.
Okay, and you get one of these. This one actually has an item, so I will put it in a party sheet. Does it allow you to open it from the chat?
I need to load a module to do so, so
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, so I'll just throw it in a party sheet. That way you don't have to worry about it. There you go.
Okay, in one of the high fantasy trains.
Yep.
What the frig? Is what? Is it fresh? Is it rotting?
It is not rotting. And it is about the size of um, like a softball. It's not the shape of a softball, but it's about that size. So a small ostrich, a large alligator, but it's very heavy.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
All right. Let's go back to John. All right, so you're going to continue to try.
No, I'm not going to continue to try it out. I'm actually going to climb back over and see if Gimbal can help in any way, because Gimbal is very smart. So I say to Gimbal, can you help me in any way?
Can I
all right, so
do
Tusk,
a
with your animal handling, if you can
there we
find
go.
the tack, you think it would be a lot more successful. Gimbal, he comes over and asks you for help. What are you doing?
I just want to history check to see if I know enough about griffins to know if they understand any language at all.
Okay,
If they have
so
any
it's
kind
not
of language.
history. It would be nature. Let me look and see something here. What stat is nature?
Intelligence?
Yeah. So you can give me a history check if you want as well. Go for it.
Oh no.
So from this roll, you're familiar. You know that there are Griffin riders in a couple of the cities. Bard, mine's one blank. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate has Griffin riders uh, as part of their city defense. Pretty much their main city defense and the city watch are Griffin riders. And then you know that they are also in the wild. Um, they have to be bred in captivity in order to be. If you just find them in the wild, you couldn't just tame it without magical means. Um, so, and you've heard tales, of you can recite several names of different Griffin riders and knights and paladins. There are even a couple evil people who use griffins as well, and you can recite and name those. As far as how to tame them, there aren't really a whole lot of books written about how to tame and ride them and things like that you've read.
But assuming that these have been previously tamed, getting them to trust somebody is the issue. I have all sorts of abilities to help persuade, but it requires them to have at least a rudimentary understanding of some language. If they don't, even telepathically, I can't do much. And I
Well,
don't.
I guess I don't fully know your magic ways of influencing creatures of smarts, but as best as I can tell from what we've seen and figured, it looks like they have been ridden before. But sometimes when you have creatures that are more wild like this, it is better if you present them with the tack and the saddle and everything, and then you might be more successful in getting them to listen if they're in their mindset of being ridden with the stuff. Um,
All right. Well,
I think that
Okay.
hope that made sense. But John, we might have luck finding such a thing, finding the tack they might have used if they still have it in one of the other buildings. Maybe it's even back at the main building. Nope, never mind. Doesn't look like Kip 3's found anything like that though.
all right.
Oh,
Well,
that's a cool pin.
all right. Well, I think that I'm just going to leave the Griffin that I'm befriending with currently and go with Tusk to the main building if he wants to and see if we can find a tack possibly. Does that sound like a good plan, Tusk, you think?
Yeah, we'll probably have to check the other buildings to find that, but let's at least go meet up with Kit 3.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. So I guess I'm gonna climb back over and just leave and go with Tusk basically to find Kit 3.
Now, from where you were, you saw there were at least two other pens. None of you have looked anywhere else besides those three pens. Last time you guys didn't look in any other pens. You haven't even finished looking.
Oh, I thought there were
even
5
looking in
pens.
this.
I was
Yes,
gonna
but none of
say
you have
I didn't.
looked through any of them or looked in any of them except for that one.
I mean,
Did you want to keep going around this building?
yeah, I'm gonna keep looking around the building. If you Tusk, you want to essentially pretty much go meet with K3 and see what she's up to, see if she's okay.
Well, I know she's okay. I just figured if we were going to go, like, because I left her my, mini-me, kind of like the Jen's Will Weasel thing, not different. I could see through its eyes, though. I see her right now. Ah, God, that's a massive headache. How do people do this all the time? But no, you're right. I, it would make sense that we keep it with the Griffins, probably. So maybe it's in a few other rooms. Might be good to check before we meet up with her.
Yeah, I think that's a
Uh,
good idea. I'll check one if you
It
want
does look
to.
like she's still looking around, so we should be good to check some rooms.
I have
Here.
a plan for that actually. I'll take one stall, Gimbal, you take one stall, and Tusk, you take one stall. You said, do we know how many stalls are, Sven? You said 5, right?
Yes, but real quick because she's leaving, Robin is in the chat. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you very much. Check her out.
Hello.
Monday night we're going to be doing some Solasta with three, 4 of us playing Solasta live, and 3 of us are streaming. And there's this link you can see all of us, all 3 streams at once, and the different views as we're playing and stuff. It's a lot of fun, lots of laughs. Check it out. And then if you follow her, you'll get to see her as she builds content for Fantasy Grounds and modules and does all this stuff. She's an amazing person. So check her out.
Nice.
So move your characters where you want to move them to as you're looking through. Again, everything on the outside of this are like horse stalls. Think of them at like Forrest or Gimbal would move up and sort of pull himself up over to hop over and look into it. They're like 5 feet high as you're
Husk uses his boots
walking
to
around.
easily hop up.
Well, you don't have to hop. You can see straight. I said it's only 5 feet, so you can look over it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be on the other side here next to these two griffins and see if I actually see anything in one of their
So the only
stalls.
2 that needs just to roll are these 2. And I'm gonna say again, it's still dark in there. Do both of you have? Does John and Gimbal have? I know Gimbal has dark vision insanely. Does John have dark vision?
I have dark vision goggles, but yeah.
Okay. So you see that there are 5 griffins in there. Tusk, from where you are, you can see all 3 of them in a row. The one sees you and just sort of ambles over a little bit, sniffing into the air and stuff to see if you have anything. Again,
Husk will take out one of his little like jerky rations and toss it to it.
Okay, it'll snatch it out of the air. John, from where you are, you can see in the main. There's a larger main room entryway, and there is tack stacked up in there on posts and stuff in the main room. And
Since
that's
I'm
all the
able
way to the east.
Since I'm able to see Tusk, can I yell to Tusk because Tusk is in my field of view? Am I able to yell Tusk? They're in the room to the east there. The tacks are in the barding.
What's up?
So just
Well,
to
they
be
seem
clear,
docile enough.
the outside has these stall windows. The inside is all open. In theory, they could all walk into the same room if they wanted. There is no gates. There's nothing stopping them from wandering into each other's rooms and things. That's all open inside.
All right. Well, since it's since it's blocked by walls, I'm gonna use my cantrip message and send a message to both Tusk and Gimbal, respectively,
He
singly.
heard you as you yelled.
I heard.
Okay, yeah, no. I was gonna say if you guys want to try to tame one, I would recommend grabbing one for yourself and grab one for me, and I will meet you guys back over to where we were if you can. I don't know if Gimbal's strong enough to hold a full size griffin tack, but
Wait, where are you
am
going?
Not.
I'm going to go grab more meat off the troll so I can try to persuade it to put the tack on. Basically, that's what I'm gonna do. While you grab the tack and bring it around to the front where we were, if that's fine with you. Don't mind helping me test if that's fine.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that might help. Giving it more treats.
Yeah.
Sure. Just because I'm not sure all the walls are black, I'm gonna walk around to go get those tacks. Gimbal, if you want to come with me, if not, I'll just be right back.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I am no way, shape, or form interested in riding these beasts.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm good too.
I have a perfectly functional carpet, very comfortable, very steady, very suited to my class, and I'm not gonna. I mean, I am not a simple guard to be stuck on a beast of burden when there are other options available. I mean, if one does what one has to when you need to, but
So, Sven, I can't really see it because of the shadows, but is there like the exit to the outside for this space is like right here, right?
John can see it from where he is. Yes. Now you
Yeah,
can see
Okay.
it. Yes, there's an open area there, and you guys saw it when you flew in.
I was just gonna confirm that. So, yeah, I'm gonna walk all the way around to go get that, and I will walk towards the gate to then walk on the outside of the wall towards where that entrance is.
Okay.
Doo-doo.
So while this is happening, let me check something real quick. So let's see. It is 19, and it is 19. Okay. So as you get up, come over here,
Oop.
Tusk. Where are you? Let me lock
Oh,
this.
I was moving myself around. I put myself by the gate where we entered. Oh, oh, okay.
All right. This is 19.
Oh, right.
While Tusk is grabbing the tack, I'm going to take my water skin and try to get the blood off my arms so I'm not a living meat snack for the griffin, if that's possible. Put some water on my arms to wash it off, if that's possible. But I have to go get meat for that, so.
All right, give me just a moment here. I've got to change some things. So this is gone. This is gone. This is gone. Give me a percentile, please. Tusk, Nick.
Okay. There we go. 35.
All right, and what is your passive perception?
It is 16.
Oh, you have your axe. It doesn't matter. All
Plus
right,
I have my
so
axe. Yeah.
as your axe starts to go off,
Okay.
Oops.
Those within.
Doesn't read giant. Okay.
Does Kipri hear
No, not unless you were within 30 feet of me.
Here.
Oh, okay. No, she does. We
10,
thought about sending
20,
Athena after y'all,
30.
but then I didn't. So
Trying to check this. This is that. Oh yes, that's perfect. All right, so it's going to start running toward you. Go ahead and give me initiative.
Understood. Do.
All right, let me. What? I don't have that. Click. 2. Okay.
Plus remembers the lines.
All right, so it goes first. You are not surprised as it comes running towards you. Has a movement of 50 feet. For those of you at home complaining that he couldn't move that far, he absolutely can. And he jumps, pouncing at you. All right, if he hits with a claw attack on the same turn, so let's start with that. Sadly, he does not. And so he's going to try to bite you. He does bite you.
It does.
He's going to land. I'm just going to put him here next to you. Since you dodge, stop it. Goodness sakes. It doesn't want to move one square. There. Goodness. Wow. All right. Do a little dance. All right. Go ahead and take your turn.
Yeah. As
Just don't pass
Tusk
your turn.
dodges the pounce and then bites on him, Tusk, whips his axe around and, reflexively, recklessly, Great Weapon Master attacks with his, axe on the creature. Hitting.
And it's
And
dead. They had 1 hit point because it was.
yeah,
So.
overkill. 31 points.
All right.
And he
Good
just
thing Genesis isn't here. She told you not to kill it. So you guys just
cuts
knocked
off
him
the head.
out.
It's like, sorry, Jen. Oops. Looks because he remembers there was supposed to be another one that she saved.
It is still
See,
there.
look,
It is unconscious, still laying in the ground. You can see it in front of you. At least you do you? Yeah, you see it in front of you.
yep, I do see.
Yep.
Just making sure it's not also pouncing. Tusk will spend a brief moment taking out his regular rope and tying his paws together so that I can't stand up and move.
Do it. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a survival check or sleight of hand, whichever one. I
will take survival.
Yeah, I presume your survival is better. There you go. All right, so you can tie this thing up in any way you want.
I tie up in a way where it
sure,
can't really move around,
I would
but
say this is
it's
a
not.
lion, full-size lion. It's going to take at least 10 feet of rope to tie it properly. Are you tying it to anything or just hog tying it to itself?
Is there anything in this little thing over here that would be a suitable tying post?
That's just a building sticking out over the. There's a roof over there. It's a building.
Oh, okay. Something else.
There's the gate. It's the only thing around here that you can tie it to. As you take a python
True.
and drive it into the wall of the building.
I'm just gonna hog tie it to itself for now.
Okay, so it's gonna take at least
and just
10 feet of rope to do that.
Yep, I will spend the 10 feet of rope, and then I'll also just kind of drag it closer to the wall, or the wall of this building below me.
Okay.
I will mark. I just, take my rope, cut the 10-foot section, and leave it with it. I'll mark that on my rope here. So I scroll through. And then I will continue on my way.
Okay. Yes. So that was it. It had its
Yep.
woke up about 20 minutes ago, and you were the first one to happen to go that direction.
Yep.
So, so now you
Yeah.
can go ahead and move yourself around
Oh.
unmolested, and you won't have a problem.
Yep. Just to be clear, I can walk all the way from where I currently am to where the other entrance was on the outside, right? Without falling through the cloud edge.
Where are you walking? That's why I'm waiting for you to move your token.
Oh.
Yes, if you're sticking close to the wall, absolutely, no problem.
Okay.
If you start wandering out,
it,
then it might change.
John's going to go back to the giant and cut some more meat off while Tusk is grabbing the stuff.
All right, so it's
Then-
starting to get dark, but I am going to share this with you before. Actually, let me go back to this. There we go.
Tusk also, just while he's moving along the walls, like tenderly testing each of his steps on the outside here, because he doesn't know where the rules are. So he takes a while.
There you go. All right, so Kithri, where have we gone to now? Let's see. So in here, this is just basically a kitchen area. There's nothing of real importance. There's any kind of food if you wanted to make food. Everything is oversized. So there's
not her place to go looking for kitchen utensils.
Yeah, stove. There's a couple good halfling-sized pots. If you wanted to take a rest, nice comfy pot. Take a bath, fill it with water.
Yeah, sounds like a great plan.
So I'm gonna say it takes you a little while to search for that stuff. Just Acme kitchen stuff. Nothing. Everything you wouldn't expect to find in a kitchen. So, all right, let me zoom out since this is for the stream. So we're no longer fighting. All right, John, you're able to cut the meat and come back. As you're walking over, you see Tusk kill the lion, and then keep on his merry way.
Okay, I'm just going to go back over to where I was standing by the original griffin thing, and I'm going to take my water skin and dump a little bit of the water on my arms and try to clean the blood off so I don't look like a meat snack to the griffin, because that's what he was pecking at me for, so yeah.
Okay, nice. That works. And again, how many steaks did you get?
About the same as last time.
3. All right.
3 to 4, yeah. About the same as last time. Because I don't think I'll need any more than that. Once I get to tack it and see that it's going to be ridden, I'm assuming by, like, knowledge that most people have when it comes.
You cut out. We lost you.
I was going to say, I'm assuming that, with horses, like, you know how some people know when horses and stuff, they occasionally will, if they see the, like, tack or barding, they will get ready to be ridden and allow you to put it on. So that's what John's going with off standard knowledge of, like, I guess, animals. I don't know. Not too much really specifically with mystical animals, but just animals in general, like, you know, kids' book stuff, basically. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
But yeah, that's what he's going to.
All right. And Tusk, did you get the message I sent you?
I did.
All right.
You will comment on it later.
It's not really city. It's, but you know what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Okay, so you come in, and most of them are ignoring you. They definitely look at you. Again, and sort of sniff, look and sniff, and then just go back to Husky is laying down, and the other ones are just walking around doing stuff. Frightened Voice moves up a little bit. So you see along the east wall, there are these large logs coming out of the wall, and on them are saddles, and there are pegs next to them as well, where there are bits, and there are 5 with a couple extra. You see a stack pile of bits and pieces for repair and things like that, stuck in the southeast corner.
Okay. Tusk will, walk over and grab one of the tacks, and seeing that they aren't, coming at him for being in the space, he's going to.
I just want to walk over to you as you grab the saddle. He sort of nuzzles you, bumps its head against you.
John's just gonna walk over to Gimbal and see if Gimbal sees Tusk in there to tell him to make sure that Tusk is okay, to keep eye on Tusk to make sure Tusk doesn't get eaten. So that's what John's gonna
Gimbal
do.
would have to be climbing up and jumping up to look over the
Gimbal's
thing,
a little gnome.
but he could hear him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess I just walk over because I know we can see to the far back there and by now. So I'm just gonna walk over and look over and be like, Tusk,
Yep, you can see him. You see he's grabbed a saddle, and there's a griffin right next to him.
I yelled at Tusk, if that one's friendly, see if you can lure him over to the end of the stable. We might be able to ride him if he's like, do I see him? Do I see the griffin going up to Tusk and like prodding him and just poking him and
Yes.
not being like,
Yeah.
all right. Tusk, I yelled at Tusk, does that one seem friendly?
As it's kind of trying to nuzzle him, and Tusk will kind of start to pet it if it lets him.
It does.
What do you tell me?
All right. Well, if it's friendly, try to. I'm going to walk around where that one came from, see if I can see where that one came from, and see if you can lure it back into its stable. You might have a better time befriending that one than the one that's actually being aggressive to us and biting at us.
Well, I think part of that was just because you had food in your hand at the time. But I'm actually going to see if I can. If you're all right with this one, I'll see if I can saddle it up right here, because it seems to be the area where they normally do this.
So we're going to keep writing the rolls you made before, the animal handling check and the survival skills that you did before, and just say you're able to. It's very similar to a horse's saddle, except for there are some extra straps. Takes you a minute, then you realize, oh wait a minute, those are not for the griffin, they're for the rider, to keep them in case winds or it inverts itself. It straps you to the griffin.
All right.
And then, so you're able to put the tack on it, and let's go ahead and take a break. We will be back in 10 minutes, guys, at 1:45.
All right. See you guys in a bit.
All right, we are back.
Yep.
So you are able to put the stuff on the griffin, and it sort of starts moving toward. So it stops, moves a little bit, clearly anxious to get outside.
Musk will motion over to John to join them quickly.
All right, John's going to pretty much climb over the fence and toss. Since I have 3 slabs of meat, I'm going to toss one to the griffin to the left, one to the griffin to the right, and save the 3rd piece of meat for the one in the back. So to keep the other 2 occupied from pecking at him while he's essentially trying to get through them, basically. So. Oof, fail.
Oh, I didn't mean to push it to you, Gimbal. Sorry. 12. All right, so and then I need an animal handling check from you, John. All right, so you're able to dodge out of the way. This one's clearly not happy that you're in its pen. It stands up and ignores the food until you get out of the room, but you're able to stay in front of it. This one
So
sort of
John
looks
is
at you and then looks back at Tusk.
So John is going to motion over to Tusk. Any advice on how I should even begin to like ride this thing, or like how I should be like on mounting it to be able to ride it? Like where do I put my foot? Do you know anything, or like yeah, I'm assuming.
I've personally never ridden Griffin before, but just looking at the body and just how it moves and everything, it's going to be kind of like a horse. You are going to want to strap yourself in, and Tusk will both kind of guide the Griffin and John in kind of mounting and strapping in, and giving the reins to John so the Griffin knows follow John's commands, because currently looking at me.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to take Tusk's advice and mount up and strap myself in. And I guess the first command to be given would walk. So I guess that works. How does the mounting go? And do I need to do a acrobatics or athletics check or anything? Or given how tall griffins are?
So I need a animal handling. And what is your background?
My background is rogue.
That's your class.
Background.
Oh.
Look on your front page on your main page. On the top, it should say background.
Background is pirate.
Okay, so you do not have any particular writing skill.
Yeah.
All right, so with a 15, it does not understand anything you're saying.
Okay.
But similar, you have ridden horses before. Almost everybody has ridden a horse. So as it is eager to get out, and it starts flying immediately as it gets free and starts going up.
How's my controlling of it going?
It's there. you're able to get it to pretty much turn when you want it to turn. You're not sure how to make it land yet, or because pulling up on both reins will make it go up. Pulling either side makes it turn. Not really sure how to tell it to land. Um, so it's flying, taking off. At this point, you also notice
as he's going, Tusk is doing his best to like judge how in control John is versus just how much is the Griffin just doing what it wants.
it looks to be about 50-50.
Okay. Tusk, slightly worried, because no offense to John's, animal riding skills, but it's, he's, a little worried, or as it takes off, and he's like, oh, I'm actually now very worried. He's going to run along the wall back to where our flying carpets should be.
I was gonna say, is John able to perform a nature check or a insight check to know how to land this? Just curious. Because if you know nature, you know naturally how to. Coming with nature comes riding animals. So that's what I say. Can I perform a nature check
That's
or a?
actually animal handling is all about riding animals.
Okay. I didn't know if I
Nature
knew.
tells you what they eat, how they give
Okay.
birth,
Okay. I
all
didn't
that
know if
things,
it
whether or
was a
not you can
different
eat
thing.
them or not. And survival is actually cutting open and dressing the animal, preparing the animal to be eaten.
I
Is
don't know.
what the difference between those three are.
I guess John's just along for the ride of the Griffin until he finds how to land this thing.
Yeah. Tusk is running over to where the flying carpets are and is going to get on one and then fly under where the Griffin is and just try to be under him as he's flying around. Close in case he falls off or needs to jump or whatever reason. He's there to catch them or to get close to provide advice if he needs to.
All right, so give me a percentile. I'm going to say there's a 70% chance you're able to see them. It is dark, and they are outside of 60 feet.
Okay.
Do I need to roll percentile or are you just waiting
41.
for Tusk?
Yep. So you are able to see them, and you're able to catch up to them before it gets. And there's still some, like I said, as the sun is setting, there's still some light over in the sky, and you're able to see them just enough. You also know the vague direction where it went, so you're able to take off and do that. So while that's happening, Gimbal, you went into the other room.
Yeah.
All right, so the room you're in, you see is empty. Kithri, you're looking at the throne room. For throne room, it's pretty sparse. There are tables there with remnants of food and some drink cups. You see a place for where his mace would stand, things like that. But for the most part, there's nothing really of value in here. The rug is threadbare, rather old. The throne itself is also older. There's really nothing of value in here. Where would you like to go after that?
So I just scroll out. Well, there is a door down here, but we also haven't gone through this door down. At least as far as I remember. But let's see. You guys spent a good 10 minutes trying to get it open anyway. Sorry, did you hear that? Or
All right,
did I make
so
it?
you're very low in volume wise compared to everybody else. But yes, you said you were trying to spend 10 minutes opening the door. Why is it
Oh
taking?
no, it's just because the doors are huge and she is small. I was just
Right.
joking.
Gotcha. All right, so this door is not locked. So you're able to open it and you just see it leads to outside.
That's fine.
Why is it closed again? There we go.
Because she closed
Oh,
it. She
you're
looked out
closing
and
it
was
back
like,
again. Okay.
nope, and closed the door.
All right.
Sorry.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So as you
I'm probably just gonna head back to the main room.
okay, and as you do, you see Gimbal's in there. He's coming in as you're coming in as well. Tusk, you are also having a hard time because, again, you're having to either close your eyes or try to see and understand what you're seeing as Mini-Me is moving around and doing stuff, and you're trying to fly the carpet at the same time in the dark.
Yep.
Chasing this thing in the dark.
Yeah, Tusk is getting a migraine, which is a weird sensation for him.
All right, so I need I'm just going to say they're both pretty much the same. So from the two of you, I need a Constitution save.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so as this thing is flying, it's dipping and weaving and catching itself on the wind, and the sudden updrafts and turning and twists. You are still in somewhat control of, left, right, but you are not used. This is not like the carpet. That's almost like just wind is the only thing you have to really worry about with the carpet that you've been on. This thing is moving. Its wings are flapping. Its body is undulating beneath you, and you do not feel good at all. So you are um, starting to lose your food that you have eaten for the day. Tusk, you're okay with your dealing with again chasing and moving, and you're able to follow him. John, go ahead and give me another animal handling check. This one is yeah. So go ahead and give me another animal handling check. All right, so let me do this. Click, click. All right, so you between the two of you are again. You're able to circle this the cloud keep, so you're not going very far, but it is having a grand old time. It is flying around. Like I said, every time it starts to go away from the keep, you can turn it back. But for right now, at least for you ride for about 10 minutes, and you do not know how to land this thing yet. Tusk, we're just going to presume you're with him.
Yep.
For now.
I lost sight. I was
There
trying to
we
follow
go.
him. Oh, there you are.
So we'll
Hey,
stick you by him. Not really
hey
worried about it.
Sven, quick question. Do I know if the Griffin speaks Elvish or any other language?
No one has been able to figure out what language it speaks.
Am I able to speak Elvish to it and see if it understands me?
Again, just do whatever you want to do, and I'll tell you what happens.
All right, so I'm gonna try to speak in Elvish to say land at the Cloud Keep to see.
All right, so it does not seem to have any effect. You try several different variations of land. You try all your languages that you know, and it does not seem to respond to any commands of faster,
Alright.
slower, land, left, right. Verbally, so far, you haven't found anything that works. So while that's happening, what is Gimbal and Kithri doing? Start with you, Gimbal. What are you doing as you come in here?
I don't really have any plan at this point. I'm just waiting for them to finish taming the griffins.
Okay, it is dark now, so it is now night. Let's see, you guys started, just for the record, and anybody who, if you're not familiar with the calendar, underneath the tools section where your combat tracker and all that is, there is a calendar. I am one of the few people who actually use it. So you'll see that today's the third moon. Anything that has a red dot, the month is the third moon. It's Tuesday the 3rd of the third moon. Anything that has a red dot means there's notes there. So you can double click that day and you can see the notes of what happened that day. I do my best to try to keep up with it. So for example, today you left at 8:30 in the morning. It is now 8:15 at night. By the way, you can see on the top of the calendar the time. Again, I try to keep up with that and try to keep it current. If you're ever not sure, you can just ask, is the time right? But you can go all the way back to the 21st on the first moon when I have more notes from before we switched over to Fancy Grounds Unity. But anyway, if you're ever curious, you can also see some of these have red dots, meaning that there's people's birthdays. But I say all that to say, you guys got up at normal time about 6 in the morning and have been going, so you guys are ready for a long rest at any point whenever you want to take a long rest. You can, or if you don't feel comfortable here, you still have 2 buildings you haven't looked at. There's still the big nature room that you haven't really explored that much in this area. So, Kithri, what is it that you wanted to do?
Kid 3 is kind of just chilling. Does Athena mention anything about the griffin that's flying around with a very sick John?
Oh yeah, I'll tell her about John trying to tame the griffin, and he's flying around on one right now, trying to avoid dying.
Okay, so what are you going to have Athena do?
She's kind of just watching, seeing if
So she's going to pace the griffin to keep it within sight?
I don't know. My idea of that is she probably wouldn't be thinking to look for it until Gimbal says something. But if she can find it after that, then sure.
Okay. You can also hear it. Like I said, it's circling the cloud keep basically because John can make it turn left or right. It just doesn't know how to land it yet. So you also see Tusk trailing behind it on the carpet. So you're able to keep, if you want Athena to keep track, she can easily. So go ahead and keep. Let's just see how long this takes. So give me another.
As we start
You
get close to like making a lap, and if John's not still kind of no closer to being able to land it, Tusk will try and get closer with the carpet and help land
how?
if he can. He'll try and take the carpet kind of next to the griffin, and then try to kind of help with the reins to pull the griffin towards where the or guide the griffin towards where the landing, the entryway was that we exited from. If John looks like he needs help, I guess to specify.
I did the dice roll, Sven.
Okay. There it is. All right. So you're finally able to, through a series of squeezing your knees together and sort of tapping on its neck, it lowers a little bit, and so then you're able to figure out, applying pressure, pushing down on its neck, and squeezing your legs together causes it to lower. When you loosen your legs, it sort of levels out, that type of thing. So you're finally able to figure out the commands. It does take you more than a lap. As the carpet gets close to it, it will veer away. It does not let the carpet get close enough to it.
Okay.
All right,
It's clear it does not trust the carpet.
John is just going to try to direct it to land on the far east side near the building and see if I can get it to land there. And
Inside the keep.
no, on the outside, on the outside, like right around.
Okay, so you want it to be outside, like here. All right, let me see. You don't. I forgot you don't have. Let me try something. Let me see. I'm going to pull this out and let me turn off line of sight. If the roof is there, you still. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so.
Just going to have it land on the east side here and try to direct it to just walk along the cloud path without actually taking off, now that I actually know the commands of how to make it go down and up, So I'm just going to try to get it to walk, basically.
All right, so it does not like walking. It would rather fly. So it's sort of hopping and spreading its wings and will land again as you tell it to land again. But if you make it, it will walk. But it's sort of like shaking its head and.
All right. Well, I guess I'll make it fly. I guess I'll make it fly over to the front of the building where Gimbal is standing, basically.
Okay.
And land out there and just have Tusk land with me and tell them to come out and see my new mount. I figured it out. Tell them. But, see if it and get off it and do I know if they
Right,
like
so you're
anything
still
other than
feeling
me?
really queasy.
Yeah.
You're covered in puke.
Yeah.
And so is the back of the griffin. Where's his token? So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put. Boink. All right, so you see, you guys, Kithri and Gimbal, you hear the griffin land. Kithri, Athena is now within 100 feet. Will tell you that it landed.
Yeah, I'm just standing there trying to dust the stuff off my body.
Yes, so you see what he's eaten as he's trying to wipe it off, and the scent is lovely.
There are a number of interesting things that you can do, mounting with interspecies, but I don't think vomit is generally considered to be one of them.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm surprised I managed to get it to land. But the big question is, if we do take this home with us, where can we stable a griffin? Do any of you guys know offhand where we can keep a full size adult griffin? Like, do we have a stable, or is there somewhere I can pay for it to stable?
There are stables at the Nashkel. They are they're plenty big enough to hold any amount of this size.
All right.
I mean, they're able to fit in Castria, which is not the smallest, and
Yeah.
horses aren't that small either.
Yeah.
They probably take Griffin. I don't know. Maybe. Real quick, the keep is slowly lowering, or it's lower now than it was earlier.
Oh yeah, I was about to mention that too. You as well, Tusk, if you didn't notice it, and everybody here, I was gonna say the keep is way lower than we expected it to be when we first got here. So I don't know if it lands, but I have a suspecting feeling that we're going to kind of walk into something, or there's something going to happen when it lands. So
yeah, the cloud will. My guess is that the cloud's going to go away. Whether it happens to the buildings, who knows?
Yeah.
Also, that's either because we killed the cloud giant, which is probably the case, or I don't know. Maybe there's someone lowering it in one of the other buildings. I think it's just because we killed the cloud giant.
Okay, so I suggest we go search. Suggest we search the other building real quick, or at least a quick once over of it, and see if we see anything. And then I think we probably should be done here if you guys are fine with that. I don't think there's any more need for us to dally here if we kind of came here to figure out what's going on, and I think we should figure out what is going on versus continue the thing. I'm just going to take the griffin and try to see if I can tie it somewhere, so tie the rein somewhere so it doesn't wander off or just fly off randomly. That would be kind of bad to have a wild griffin on the loose. So
yeah, fair enough. I also think we should check those two buildings and then probably not be on here when this hits the ground.
Yeah, because if it hits the ground hard, then that's going to be bad for all of us. So, I guess if you and Gibble want to go start searching the building, I will fly the Griffin over to one of its, stalls over here and tie it to one of the.
Okay. I don't know about which. I'm gonna go check the small building first before we check the big building. I think it'll just be a quick pop head in, come back. Ball if you want, Gimbal or Guthrie.
Sure.
Should be ready by the time you get done, John.
But yeah, I'll meet you guys over at the big building at the time of after I'm done tying this up, which shouldn't take too long, I don't think. So.
Mini-Me also crawls back up onto Tusk.
All right. So are you going to ride it or try to lead it?
I'm just going to ride it and pretty much try to get it to land in a reasonable manner. While I'm riding it, I'm going to look for any type of post or anything I can tie the reins to, because according to standard horse riding knowledge, a horse won't stray if you tie its reins to a post or something that holds it in place. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for somewhere in the area to tie the reins to, basically. And then I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to walk over to where Tusk is and meet Tusk over at the big building.
What are you doing with the tack?
The tack, I'm just gonna leave it on it because if we plan to take it with us after we leave here, it's probably more than likely it'll be easier to leave it on than take it off and put it back on. So that's the gist of it. I'm just gonna leave it on, tack on, and tie the reins to the pole over here, or some sort of pole that I can find.
So the only pole in the stables is the large poles where the saddles are. And Ashley, are you back? Yes, you
I
grabbed
am.
Kithri again.
Sorry.
All right. So, were you? I know you were gone for a second. Did you want to say or make any comments as the John lands and messes with the griffin and stuff?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So the only pole or things in here is the thing. Again, as you're looking around here, you see there is nothing to stop these griffins from just walking out.
I guess I'm just going to, put it back in its stall and just leave it there. And then when the time comes to open it, I'll just open the front gate from where the stall is and just lead it out there, I guess, instead of walking all the way back
Again,
around.
there's
So
no gate.
there's no gate. I can't open the wall up or the thing up and allow him to get over it anyway. Like there's no
Nope. He can walk out anytime he wants.
all right, well then I guess I'll just leave him where he is in his old stall and leave the tack and stuff on. And when we get ready to leave, I'll just come back and grab him and I guess fly him to where we need to. But yeah,
Okay.
that's the gist of it. So I'm just going to go out the way I came with the thing and just exit out, climb over this wall here and the little barricade and kind of.
All right. So Kithri, you're gonna go with Tusk and Gimbal.
Yes.
I didn't understand the. Okay.
Sorry. I don't know why my mic is being like this.
They're all the way to the left. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on.
I'm a tad bit farther from you guys because, like I said, I was at the stable, so I'm slowly creeping up on y'all.
Oh, there it is. All right. So let me go. All right. So as you come up on this room, I'll go ahead and take off the roof. It reeks. It smells really bad of garbage, giant hill giant ogre waste, excrement, crap.
John's just gonna yell, "This is the loot, guys! Let's go to the big building."
And you hear the axe goes off as I need select all initiative.
Oh wow, I rolled really low there.
No.
We rolled
She's,
terrible.
like standing there, and she's like, "I am not getting any closer."
I
Yeah.
never get first in initiative.
Yeah,
Never.
John's just gonna pretty much stand there and be like, "Yeah, I'm not going in there." Tusk, you feel free to if you want to, buddy.
And hold on, where is? There he is. All right, so for now, I'm going to remove the other griffins. Just know that they are still around. Alright, alright, so it starts with Gimbal. So where are you? Let me zoom in for the stream. Get rid of this. Go ahead and give me Tusk. All of you can give me perception checks. Go ahead and just roll it, and then we'll see.
Okay. Wow, I rolled really low on that too. I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that. Because why not?
This is why I usually have you hide it. You wouldn't know.
Oh, okay then.
So
Never
don't
mind
waste your inspiration. You don't know what you can see or not see. You hear the thing go off, and you're looking around, trying to see what's going on and what's there. Campbell, Kithri, and John. So John is really the only 21. All right. So you, Kithri, you hear there's some movement. You wouldn't really be able to hear it either. So I'm going to put you, say that you are here, and you see this mist sort of start moving toward Tusk. Gimbal, yeah. So you hear the alarm go off, and that's it. You don't know what's going on. You know that something is happening. Something is messed up. All right. So as you get there, both of you, again, it's dark. Both of you using dark vision. So there's just grays and things. It takes you a moment, and you realize, wait a minute, there's actually some sort of cloud there. That's You've been walking on clouds all day too, so it takes you a minute. But there's this click. There it is. Sort of mist thing is just in front of you. Move it. There we go. All right. So, Gimbal, what would you like to do? We cannot hear you if you're talking.
Thinking, I am not sure what this is.
So you can give me one of these. Deselect all. I'll save time and go ahead and push it to him too. Let's see. There we go. I was going to have that be hidden, but too late. All right, go ahead and roll. And the
What are we supposed
DC,
to be rolling?
the DC is higher than. Did it not push? All right, good. Then
No, it did not. Not done to me anyway.
Perfect. There we go.
There we go.
What? Oh, the stupid Griffin is still selected. Okay. All right, Kithri, you have no idea.
He does want to try setting it on fire, though. He has no fire spells, but it's fine.
So this is something you've only read about. You may have seen one professor do a small example of it. You weren't even sure they could be feral or out in the middle of nowhere. But this is where. Come on, grab it. For funky butt lever. Come on. There it is. Boom.
Oy, oy, oy. In which case, I will attempt Actually, let me read that. Make sure that I've got that here. No, that's an eruption thing. It doesn't do any good. Okay.
Now, your
Gotta
other group,
do.
the Wednesday night group, has run into this type of thing before. The monthly group,
Mhm.
but it was a different flavor and it was a different one. But you guys haven't run across one of these before.
Well, about the only thing I can try and do that I think might work is to cast a gust of wind. Try and push it away a bit. I really don't know what to do to a living spell. You can't counterspell it because nobody's casting. I don't think I have a dispel yet. Do
So
not.
you guys
Okay,
hear
so
Gimbal talking to himself.
and I will, I guess, cast this thing. And apparently it saves.
What are you casting again?
Gust of wind.
Okay, so is it,
60-foot straight
doing it
line.
straight ahead of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, a slight angle, the center mass of the thing, so it barely at an angle.
Let's see what happens if I just do this.
Push didn't work. Okay, so that's that. I think that's all I get.
Click. No, I want this. There we go. This.
Pardon me.
This. No, I want it to be here. 2. Perfect. Okay, and then it goes click. Click. Alright, so it's on you.
Slight angle, yeah.
And
If you can just tilt that puppy down by 1 square. There it is. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't mean to click that. I was checking something. Sorry, my apologies.
alright, so your blast with the gust of wind. This thing is sort of
Standing its ground.
it's being blown as it moves, but you see it sort of mires and spreads itself through the filth and the garbage and the detritus that's in this room. It's hugging the ground and keeping it wherever it can be.
Well, I'll yell back to everybody.
Sun.
Don't breathe this stuff.
Well, I know it smells
Wait,
bad, but I didn't
wait a
think it
minute.
smelled that bad.
This group experienced this spell before, but not a living spell. But we've been hit by cloud kill before.
Alright, so click. Alright. There it is. All right, let me see what. I'm gonna read this again. It says. Diameter. All right, so we'll do this one. Click. 40 is 8. Okay. And it will go there. All right, so Gimbal, you have advantage. Actually, never mind. I'm going to say it doesn't even affect you. Any wisps that start coming around you just are immediately blasted forward into the gust of wind and are blown away. So right now, Kithri, you are the only one as
Wait.
these vapors appear around you guys.
You mean around Kithri?
Dang it, hold on. Click. There we go. Nice. So you cough
Nice.
as this stench appears around you. Your coughing, choking is burning your throat and your nostrils as you're trying to take shallow breaths to not breathe as much as you can. Why would it be? Do you have evasion on or something? Let's see.
I don't know. I should only
Nope,
use
you don't.
evasion when it's.
Okay. You do have evasion on, but it shouldn't. That shouldn't have affected it.
It's just
Anyway,
dex save.
so you get to there. All right. And it's now your turn.
Well, probably going to. No, well, well, well. Either way, it kind of just sucks. Not be in there. Oh.
All right. So you're moving 15 feet.
Going or not? Ow.
Moving 30 feet.
Just thinking. Sorry. Because I would like to attack it with my sling, and if I use my movement and my bonus action as a cunning action to dash to get around, I should hopefully be able to get within
So how far are you moving?
30,
55 feet?
within 30 feet of it. I don't know if I'm only moving that far. We will see. Oh yeah, that's good. Cool.
Okay.
And probably ask Athena to come over here. But I don't know if I will ask her to help any more than that. That's not supposed to be on. This is why I turn the sneak attack off. There's 3 of them now. Why? Please. I am sorry. So that should be 9 damage,
Okay.
not 25.
All right. Anything else?
Mm,
Move, bonus action, attack. You have a couple of more feet of movement.
yeah, I don't know. Might use my last movement to back up a little bit more. I can
Okay.
probably move the cloud, or else it wouldn't have put it in such a poopy spot.
All right, John. You see
Uh,
K3 starts coughing, hacking, stumbling back, waving her hand.
Just like you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, I'm going to first off, can I see through the giant green cloud of smoke, or is it just like a smoky cloud, or like a smog basically? Am I able to see partially through it enough that I can hit the target with an arrow? Sven.
We're looking through it. It says that it is a sphere of fog.
But the thing is it dense enough that I can actually not see through it, or can I see through it enough
Let me
that it's
check.
like you know how there's fog and then there's fog? Is it like fog, or is it just like a light misty like fog, like you can see like your hand in front of you type of thing? You can see past it, etc. Like what is the view distance past it is
Its
what I'm
area
asking.
is heavily obscured, so yes, you know you cannot see through it.
All right, so let me see here. Uh I guess what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna move 30 feet and then use my bonus action as a cunning action and dash to about where Kithri was standing. So that's about 50 feet. And can I do that?
Moving 50 feet. Okay.
Yeah, because I was going to use my bonus action as a cunning action and dash, and then move 50 feet, and then I was going to take a shot at it with a arrow. So now, do I get sneak attack, or does it have a sneak attack modifier?
You do not get sneak attack because you don't have advantage.
Am I able to use faster strike to get advantage, or no? Since it's
You
a
used
cantrip.
your bonus action to dash.
All right, then I guess I'll just take a shot at it with a bow, I guess. All right, so let's see here. Let's see, bow. Roll this.
That is a miss. 4 on the dice. It isn't going to be enough.
Okay, so I'm just going to move back 10 feet because I used all that and my turn.
All right, Tusk.
All right.
So you saw it
Tusk
move
is
away.
going.
You also see him again doing his gust of wind, and it sort of went along the bottom of the ground through these cracks of different, like I said, there's rubble and garbage and crap all over here, and it just sort of seeped its way through and reformed up to the north.
Okay. Tusk is going to attempt to move through Gimble's gust of wind and through the crap and stuff to get near it. So, Gimbal, if you could throw that, I think there's a strength save or something for your spell on Tusk as he tries to move through.
Sure, give me a second.
And And you do see, as you're starting to move forward, this cloud appear behind you. Again, guys, remember it's dark. You guys are using your dark vision. Everything is grays. So these clouds and these fogs and stuff are a little harder to see. So you succeed.
I do not have
Nice.
dark vision. I should probably have like light
So-
on me or something.
Oh, do you not have any dark vision goggles or anything? I thought we might have
I
gotten you
thought
some.
I did. I do not.
No, she's been using her.
Earplugs, but they don't work
They
here.
don't work
Oh,
here, and they
right.
wouldn't work with fog anyway. So yes, so going forward, you will be at disadvantage for everything. And so you break wind just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. He also gets through that gust.
Nice.
And he'll try and, he'll recklessly attack this thing. Twice with Great Weapon Master. I cannot rage, unfortunately. Fortunately, that first strike is a miss. I missed as he tries to trap it up again.
Yes.
This time he manages to,
So it's not just the smells, the burning of the eyes, as this not only does it just reek, but there's also this caustic cloud that you're breaking through every time your hand touches in the cloud or whiffs of it come close to you, it burns, and so it's not easy to hit.
manage to separate a part of the cloud away as I strike it at. The thunder kind of blows just a small bit of it away.
Nice.
And as I do, I take a quick breath, just kind of steady myself because I'm still feeling a little winded, a little exhausted from earlier, and I'll use my bonus action for a second wind, and that's my turn. And I immediately kind of start gagging because I smell the refuge even more. Ah, darn! That was not
Okay.
the good roll for that.
All right, so Athena can fly over here. Give me a percentile, Ashley. Where are my effects?
I'm sorry, I did the percent Okay. Okay, I forgot that percentile is its own dice now. It's fine.
Okay, so I will say it can get to there,
That's fine.
and then so it can still do its movement still do its action to move if you want to keep it moving, or it stay there, whatever you want it to do.
And she will probably just use Athena to kind of get a better eye on the situation because, again, I'm sorry for doing this incorrectly, but she can't really see, but Athena can.
All right.
I think she's an owl. She should be able to see. Yes.
And this guy is the one I'm just killing these. Or removing them from the combat tracker, not actually killing them.
We do not condone griffin cruelty.
All right. Good to go. Finishing up, putting a skip turn on these things. Top of the next round, it is Kithri.
Oh boy, so exciting. You know what Kit 3's gonna do? She's gonna cast light on her locket. And that will be her turn. I'm so
So, if you want to, I will allow you to cast light on Athena. So then you have a mobile light source. So she could then fly around
This is
your
fair, but have you
target and you would then be
considered
able to see it.
that the locket is on me, and I can
Mhm.
be? Oh, that's true. I could shoot it. Yeah,
If it's
let's
more than 30
do it
feet
on
away, you
Athena.
still can't see it because its light only goes out 20 and 20.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, no, I'll do it on Athena.
okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
So open up the effects, which is the little person with the stars around it. Waiting for the Sirenscape to finish.
Only for self.
I can't hear myself think. Okay, so then you can drop spell-light on right onto Athena's token, and it'll then light.
Neat.
And let me know if you have problems with that. And it is now Athena's turn.
Do birds smell? That is a question.
Yes.
Isn't Athena a magical owl though? Like, does she actually have smell effectivity? Like, or does she just a regular just an owl?
It is a fey owl, yes.
Yeah,
Not sure
but
I
since
understand your question.
fays are magical creatures, aren't they? So do magical creatures have the ability to smell?
Probably.
They are whatever they are in life. So if it's a bloodhound, fey bloodhound, they smell really well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how those worked, but I was curious about that.
At least after they've had a bath.
I just want her within 20 feet of
Okay, perfect.
the cloud. I don't want her to have to deal with the smelling horrible.
All
even
right.
though it already smells
Tusk.
horrible.
Right. Tusk is gonna continue to help in his Tusk way of whacking at it with a hammer, or not hammer, an axe.
Yep.
Hammer. I must be getting tired. With his,
Get rid of Mini-Me.
Oop, that first attack doesn't quite connect. But the second attack does. Nice. Another little boom of thunder helps spread some more of it.
You do
Actually,
see
this
it is
time,
being affected by this.
yep. Looking at my thief again. Yep. Nope. I'll be on. Just don't quite get a touch onto the cloud, and then I managed to chip away another little bit of the cloud as I stand there looking at it. Oop.
All right, John.
Oops.
All right, yeah, so your speed is 30. Okay. I see moving 30. We cannot hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, so moving 30. Sorry about that.
And I can zoom in a little bit more for the stream.
Actually, hold on. I'm actually going to. Can I throw my dagger of venom at him? Just curious.
Yes.
And does he take poison? Will he take poison damage or no?
You don't know.
All right, so I'm just going to actually use my short bow. So hit my short bow, roll damage. Since I didn't use my bonus action this time, can I use fast true strike?
Yes.
And Tusk is behind him. Do I get sneak attack because of that?
You would get if you use your fast 2 strike, you would get sneak attack. Tusk being behind him gives you sneak attack damage as well.
All right, so would I double the sneak attack damage, or how would I roll
Nope.
that?
You just roll your click on your advantage. I mean the effect for fast 2 strike. And then roll your attack. Alright, so you hit. So now click on your sneak attack effect. That does the damage. Yep. And then roll damage.
All of the dice partially resisted, but I did 27 damage, it says.
Alrighty. So,
And I think that's about probably
Tink.
gonna end it, so
So the dagger flies through it and slams into the wall. Tink, tink, tink. Lands
it
right
wasn't a
next to
dagger, it
Tusk.
was a bow. It was a bow. I used my bow, not my dagger.
Oh, so you change your mind. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, the compound bow. Yep. Okay. Gimbal.
Oh, shoot. In the middle of trying to get multiple levels of this thing done here, but I am going to first turn as a bonus action, turn my wind so that it blows the rest of this larger circle of crap away from me. Up, it's going to end up going in a second. Pointers, arrow, near. Oh, for crying out loud! It keeps wanting to. Oh, I see why. Yeah, that way. I was trying to do something, but I kept getting in the existing effect got in the way of me putting a line there. So anyway, yes, perfect. As a bonus action, we'll do that.
Okay.
I'm going to then step 5 feet back.
Yeah, you remove the pointer and just move your token.
Oh, I didn't mean to do a pointer now.
There we go.
I was trying to move my pointer.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, right to there.
Okay.
It's not 10 feet. And then I will target that creature and shoot magic missile at it. At a level 3 pack magic.
All right. So the problem is, if you step there, so I'll just here. It would be move this. So it would be better for you to move here, or
That's fine.
so that the gust
Wherever,
of
just
wind,
stepping to get, yeah,
is more
continues,
effective.
right.
It's a lot more effective this from here. Okay, go ahead.
And then anyway, using pack magic level 3, it gives me 5 missiles, magic missile, which are all gonna hit the same target. I have not set up the level 3 yet. I was working on doing that as we spoke, but for now I will do 2 of my level. Should be 1, 2, 3. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Anyways, anyway, I'll just do this 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Identify creature, rat guy. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will end my turn. If I can. There it is. There it is. To go 3
nice.
of those.
Okay. Very cool.
That would be a level. So that is individual. That is group at that level.
Thank you for the bits, Joker. Appreciate it very much. So
No
as this
problem.
gust of wind blasts into it, you see everything. It roils around and just gets dispersed. You're surprised you didn't think it would kill it that much. As the whole thing goes away. And then you see another one form up inside the room that you guys were in. So it makes it to where Gimbal, you can't see. Again, you're not affected by this just because as soon as it comes around you, as soon as it tries to get to you, it's blasted by your gust of wind. But you can't see. Let me switch this. Line of sightness over. Yoink. There we go. So you just can't see into the room at all.
Lovely.
Okay. And Tusk, you are. So this says when it enters it or starts its turn there. So I did it wrong last time. Did not double dip, but we'll have to wait till your turn next, which is right now. All right. So this thing is on its last legs. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up as on your turn. Play. You start coughing and choking again as the whole room. Wow. Did you want to reuse your
I would like to use my inspiration on that.
inspiration as you roll a 1? There you go. I was
It's
gonna
almost
say,
like I'm a halfling with halfling luck.
I didn't think you would fail this, but
Halfling luck.
I didn't think
minus
either.
1.
Yes. Githry's luck is rubbing off.
all right. So you take
Oof.
half as this thing burns into your skulls, but it is now your turn. It is obscured, but I believe in you, so you have disadvantage.
All right. Well, I will recklessly attack to make that an even roll. Click disadvantage as I do my stuff, and I will try and strike out at it. Still doing my normal Great Weapon Master attack. So it'll just be a straight roll for advantage, disadvantage.
Nice.
Still managed to strike it.
This should kill it.
Yeah, because
There's
I
going to be a 3.
yes.
All right. So,
No.
but you did. Oh, you re-roll your 1s and 2s anyway, so perfect.
Yep.
I
think the
So
minimum
that was
I
enough
can.
to kill it as everything goes away. Click.
Mm.
There we go.
I just want to know for the Sirenscape that a mist just yelled "ah." I never knew that was possible.
That's right. Wilhelm scream from the mist.
Yeah, no, I never
That's
knew a mist
gorgeous.
could scream.
I'm gonna click this
With
just to
the
get rid of that
final
effect.
thunderous
With that, we
boom,
are
it
done
dissipates.
for the night. Good move, Gimbal. Good job with the gust of wind. That
Yeah.
was saved you from taking any damage, but also it just happened to recharge its ability. Otherwise, it would have completely destroyed the cloud it had brought up. So good move. That's coming twice, 2 or 3 times now. Whether your gust of wind, a lot of people don't use it very well or use it very often. forget they have it, that type of thing. But Gimbel's been using it to good effect.
Yeah, he just lets out a Kamehameha wind, basically. That's just like, he just puts his hands together. It's like, Kamehameha, and just lets out a wind gust, basically.
With that, you guys let me give you your XP, and we will call it a night. So thank you guys for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, it is
Yeah.
Tusk. Oh, Tusk, go ahead and grab the thing from the party sheet that Kithra gave you.
Oh,
The cloak pin that looks
yes.
like it's made of iron in the shape of two hammers joined by a semicircular haft. Pretty cool.
Yep. We'll figure out what to do that later. But I will take it.
She saw hammers on it and thought about blacksmiths and thought about you. So
Yeah.
for you.
Sven, after you give me this EXP, if it's enough, I think I level up as well, so we need to work on that afterwards.
It has nothing to do with the amount of XP. It has to do with you're not caught up with everybody. So yes, you do level up.
Yes.
Another fight has happened. Drop that in here.
We're now under.
Oh, we're so close.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
A little over 1,300 left.
Yeah, no, I'm only like 320 EXP away from leveling up, which sucks. So I didn't actually level up this time.
Well, you're still behind
what level
us,
are
so
you?
I think your Sven's
Right.
I'm
leveling you up
level
to...
9. Yeah, I'm level 9.
Yes, so you level up. Remember, you do every fight, you level up until you catch up to the party. They're level 11, so right now you're going to level up one level because we've had another fight.
All right,
So pick which one you want. All right, guys, so we're going to call it here. And next week, Nix, thanks again for playing. Tomorrow is the Thursday night crew, so come say hello, harass them with the random effects from the things. Thank you so much, Joker and Robin, for the bits. I really appreciate that very much. I'm not just saying that, I do really appreciate it. Also, Sunday night, Starfinder. So, have a good night, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Night. Have a good one. Bye-bye.